Hi.
How are
How are
you?
you? How are you?
I am so excited to be here with you. I have been talking about this all day, and I just think you are so amazing. And I
Oh,
need to be a part of this and get a chance to do even more with you and share even more about, all the good things. So,
yes.
yeah,
I'm very, very excited. I love collaborating with other ladies that are, out there making an impact in the world like you. So I love to collaborate with ladies like that, and it's my honor to have you on here. So thank you for joining.
thank you
I
for
appreciate
having
you.
me.
So tell me a little bit about you, how you got started. How did you become an entrepreneur? What were you doing before? What was your why? What got you to this space? How long have you been an entrepreneur? So let's just
I
dive in
love
a little bit. Let my audience know about who you are and what you do and why you do it.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes. So I go by Coach Tamara, and my company is called Wealthy Woman Every Day. And it's just been such an amazing journey. I almost feel like it's been a full circle journey because I started out as a teacher, elementary teacher. And really, one of my biggest desires for being a teacher were to help those children that maybe came from, a tough upbringing, that didn't have the best self-esteem, and I just always wanted to bring their whole confidence levels up and let them know they could do anything in the world. Along with this, though, I always had an entrepreneurial spirit. So even while I was teaching, I had my own children's entertainment business. I had my own tutoring company. And so it was always this, it was, the lemonade stand at 11 years old. That's just, it's always been in my blood. And so I basically worked with children for well over 11 years. And I moved from the East Coast to California. And I was just ready. It was time for a change. And I also had a huge background in marketing. I won radio commercials. I was a national judge. I placed first. And it was, I just had this knack for it. And I wound up going to California, and I realized that I just wanted again to sort of help propel women business owners. I was very motivated to help women. And I think, being a woman's empowerment coach, we see women, whether it's our own family or others, sometimes just needing a little extra push up and knowing what kind of potential they have. And so this is well back in 2001, I started promoting women business owners. And it started with me in Orange County, and I was collaborating with hotel concierge that would agree to send their hotel guests to my merchants, which were basically spas, salons, wine boutiques, art galleries, clothing. And they loved it because for them, they were such creative artists, and they didn't necessarily want to go out there and, you know, promote themselves. And especially back in 2001, kind of staying in their lane. But at the
Mhm.
same time, they really wanted to be able to build up their, focus on their business. And so I came along, I had an amazing promotional program for them, and I did all the promoting for them, and I connected them with the concierge, and everybody was happy. And then I wound up marrying a European, and so I find myself splitting my time between Europe and California. But when I came to to Europe, I wanted to, continue this business. And this is back in the day where it's like all in person,
Yeah.
since 2000, and meet people in person. I don't even, there was nothing.
Yeah.
But
Nothing online
yeah,
yet.
and so in Europe, I'm like, it didn't work though. That, Europe didn't necessarily get the whole American marketing concept, plus a language barrier. It was just not working. And so in 2009, I created my very first online business with Skype number, beautiful website, the whole nine yards. And I thought, in all honesty, you have to, 2009, it's brand new, right? And I'm like,
Right.
nobody's going to buy from me online. People must meet you in person. And I really thought, well, I'll give it a try. And this time it was the same concept, but I was working with wedding planners, and they signed collaboration agreements that they would refer their I'm sorry, their brides and grooms to my wedding vendors, such as photographers and cake designers. And it worked. And everybody loved it because it's so often that people are so beautifully in their business and what they're doing. They're almost like artists and creatives, and that business side of things doesn't always come out for them, but they know they need that. And so yeah, and so I just filled that void and kind of became a middleman, almost middle woman, where I would, promote them to the right people. So that's kind of like the background of how it got started. So, but then I was just wanting more.
Yeah.
There's always that up, and I was so motivated, so much more to become a women's empowerment coach, especially on the focus on money,
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
this had some personal reasons to it. I grew up with a single mom. I myself had a situation where someone was threatened by my own success and felt the need to sabotage it because, you know, this person couldn't handle it. And it was just, there was a lot of stuff that I saw women doing, like where they weren't protecting their own wealth and their own mindset or building their own power. And it happened to me. It happened to my mom. I saw friends, and I just got frustrated. And I said, what is going on with us women? We really need to build this muscle in ourselves and have such, strong boundaries for ourselves, and bigger visions of independence and all of the things.
Yeah.
And so I did all the certifications to become, a money mindset coach and business coach and all of the things. And then I just wanted to write a book, and that was like my motivation. So I, was part of, your with you, and then with Christina Rowe from Women Helping Women Entrepreneurs, Stand Out Online membership, because I didn't have a following. I was so used to doing things in person or on the phone, and I'm like, what? All of a sudden, I have to build an Instagram following, and I'm like, that's going to take forever. I want to help people now. I said, there's got to be a better way. And along come you and Christina. And I'm like, oh, thank you, universe, because this was perfect.
Yeah.
And so I was able to get out there and have these collaborations and share my work. And then being motivated to write this book because I wanted women to be inspired to create their own businesses, or if they're already in the business, they have their own business, but they're feeling they need this motivation. This book was for this. So I started interviewing women business owners so that they could share their success story, to be an inspiration, because the whole overall mission I want is to totally empower women and have these inspiring stories like what we're doing here,
Mhm.
right? Like people will realize they're not alone. These
Right.
women, they'll like, oh wow, she had imposter syndrome or fear of going visible or whatever it might be, and they'll realize they are not alone and it's normal, and they should just go through it and be inspired. And so this has really been the journey now, that it's really become a focus on I have so many clients with beautiful businesses, and they need that
Yeah.
attention, and they need people to see their work. And so this book became an entire promotional program now, and I'm kind of doing the same thing I used to do back in 2001. And
What
I would love
what's the
to.
name of the book?
Yes, so the book is not out yet. I'm
Okay.
still building it. I have
Okay.
100 stories in it. But all of the interviews that I have done with these amazing women can be found at wealthywomaneveryday.com/success dash stories. And they are so inspiring. I think there's like 64 already.
Wow.
And the first part of the interview is all about what they do and why, the big why, kind of like what we're doing here. But then I go into all these success questions with them, and they share their journey. And it's all levels of success. Success is, to me, is the fact that they just got started on their dream and went for it. And that's an inspiration in and of itself. And yeah, I love it. And I any of your women that are watching this that would like some free visibility, please go to that link, because there's a spot for you that you can go ahead and be in my book. It started out with a book and now it turned into a major podcast. The podcast is doing amazing. And now I turn to a 24/7 live stream, and I'm in the process of getting on Roku TV and Amazon Fire, and all of these women are going to get that free visibility. I also have a promotional program in there too that's a paid offer, but it's just amazing to be able to get their work out there and let people know great businesses they have and get that attention for them. And they're all just beautiful women. I'm so blessed to have such beautiful clients. So
no, what is the
that was a
20, you said 24/7 live stream. What is that? Tell me a little bit about that.
So basically I have a live, so all of those interviews that I've done with these women, they run nonstop on YouTube. And it's really a great way to bring in more attention because it's constantly live, like, so it grabs the attention of, new people. And so like my whole goal is to constantly find new ways to get these women that attention for their businesses, because I really do feel like my mission in life is to sort of be kind of like a megahorn, to shout out about them, to get them that focus, and, just to be somehow the vessel in which that can happen. Because that makes me really happy to know that
Yeah.
it's supporting, right?
That's your passion. Yeah. I always tell people I feel like I don't have to be the person who's in the spotlight. I prefer to spotlight other ladies and to
Yeah,
spotlight their work and to spotlight them and their brands.
yes,
And give them that microphone. So I don't have to be the, because it's different, because there's not many of us who feel that way. I feel like most coaches, if you're a coach, you come on and you want to be the center of attention, and you're the center, and you're the person
yeah,
who's in the spotlight. Whereas, since I started doing this, I've always, been the person in the background and
yeah,
have put women front and center and allowed them to even use my
yes,
platforms to get their own stories out and to get their, to make an impact in the world.
I
Um,
exactly,
and that's my impact.
yeah,
My impact is helping them do that. So that's my purpose, my passion,
we
my calling is to help
have,
them be front and center.
yeah,
So
because I'm the same way. I do not like to be the center of attention either. Once I get started, I can't stop talking, but you could probably tell.
same.
Um I always think I'm shy and people look at me like, "Huh? No way." It, but I love that too. Like I would always want to be more the person that's the director rather than the actor,
Yes.
I put it out there. I'm not one
Agreed.
or much attention on myself either, because yeah, it's exciting to get the stories of other people out there and watch them shine. And
Yeah, and
yeah,
it's very inspirational, and it inspires, you to want to even do it more,
oh,
right? So I totally understand that, and I get that. I love what you're doing. I really do. And I'm excited, to be able to collaborate with you in some capacity. Obviously, we'll
oh,
talk about that behind the scenes, but
yeah,
I'm
good
very excited
ideas.
about what you're doing.
Thank
Yeah, and I know you've
you.
been with me for a while now, so
Yeah,
I appreciate that as well. So I love what you're doing though, and it's very inspirational to see other women want to do the same thing that I love to do, which is spotlight other ladies and give them the microphone and give them the means to get visibility, because I think we don't realize how much a big part of that is in your business and how much you need that. I think a lot of times women will go into business and think, okay, if I build it, they will come, right? And then they're like, they put all this effort and all this energy and all this creativeness into building it, and then they don't get any clients, or they get very little clients, or they're not seeing the results that they thought they would see. And this is where you and I come in and say, okay, here's the spotlight on you, here's the visibility. I'm going to help you get that audience to see you. So that's exciting that you're doing the same thing, and I love that because we need more of that.
yes, and
um
you know
yeah.
it it's kind of like, because I can walk the walk and talk the talk. And before I even thought about this, I probably was in the place of many of these women business owners where they're like, okay, I have this great business. I want to serve, but are you kidding me? I have to have so many followers on Instagram or start the Facebook group or do the things. And it becomes, I got into it, of course, that's the normal road you go. And I was so overwhelmed. I said, oh my God, where do I start? How do I do this? And I knew I had the skill set and I knew I could help now. And the idea of having to wait, let's say on average a year to build up a proper following, I was just not having it. And I thought there's got to be a better way. And this is a shout out to you and Christina Rowe specifically for me, because I want all of your listeners to also know that there's other ways to get that visibility. Um, Join Wendy in whatever she's doing. Join Christina Rowe, because this is how I got my start. And it took the pressure off me that it wasn't all about, oh my goodness, I have to wait. There are collaborations are everything. And what I really love now, and there's been such a change, is before it was like this competition stuff way back in the day, and now it's just about collaborations and complementing each other, and just helping everybody rise up, because we're all better together to be empowered, because we're trying to create a movement here. And that movement means all of us women support each other, help each other shine, and do whatever we can to be of service. That is the greatest reward, is when a client comes and says, thank you so much for giving me visibility, or I love what you're doing. That's the pay.
Yeah,
It's the
I
feel
agree.
you're of
Yes,
service, right?
yes,
So
I agree 1000%.
uh,
Well, tell my audience like where they can follow you, how they can work with you. What's your YouTube channel? Like, because I know you're doing those interviews over there. Are they like live interviews? They're live,
yeah, no,
they're not
it was
pre-recorded.
fun.
So you got to go live with you
Well, they're
to do those, right?
not, these were I did
You're
these,
pre-recording.
and now they're on YouTube, but those interviews are on a 24/7 live stream. So
Gotcha.
different than this kind of life. But basically, it's Wealthy Woman every day on YouTube, on my Instagram. But like I said, my podcast is the probably the most popular way people love to really listen to these interviews. But again, it's wealthywomaneveryday.com/success dash stories. And on that page, you can link out to the podcast, Spotify, Apple, whatever your favorite is. You can also link out to the YouTube channel. And then if any of you ladies would like some free visibility for your company, I would be so honored. You will get your name, your company name. You get to answer a success question. It will go in my upcoming book, which is called Spotlight on Your Success. And then you'll also get a chance to be in a podcast compilation with your name, business name, and your success story. And now the 24/7 live stream, and then the TV show on Roku. So like, this just makes me happy to just be able to share, because all these women that are part of this are inspiring other women. And it's just a pay it forward kind of experience. And it's amazing to have, the reward you get from your business, knowing that you're helping someone and that's helping another. And it just goes on and on. It's all good things. So
Definitely.
yeah.
I love that. I love that. And I'm going to also put Tamara's handle, her Instagram name and handle on this live. So the replay will be available. If you miss it, you can also look at it. It'll be posted on my page with her handle so that you ladies can go follow her. Definitely follow her and get out there, get yourselves out there, because that is the way to, especially if you're new in business, that is really the way that you can grow your audience.
Yes.
Is getting visibility. And the fact that Tamara's doing this for free and giving you massive visibility this way is absolutely incredible. Take advantage of that. Go over there to Tamara's page and and get signed up for all the things that she has going on so that you can get visibility for your business. Any last like words of encouragement or like advice or anything you want to give women, especially for the women who may be more introverted like me and who are aren't the best at getting themselves out there?
Yeah.
What do you say to that, and how do you motivate women to really like understand that you've got to put yourself out there, especially if you're building a business, you have to put yourself out there. What is your advice for those women
Uh,
who are
you
little
know,
who are a little hesitant or still playing it small because
yes.
maybe they're still not confident enough in themselves? What do you say to those women?
My biggest one that I really always go to as the foundational piece of encouragement that I've used on myself or offered to others was always that you have to show up. It's your responsibility, because if you have a service that can help somebody else, it's not about you, it's about them and how you can serve. And what's beautiful about that is as soon as you really feel that in your soul, the fear goes away, because you just want to help. And that will be enough motivation for you to kind of grow through the discomfort. And the discomfort, honestly, I was scared the first time I did a Facebook Live, which was in Christina's group. And I'm like, oh my goodness. By the third time, you're so relaxed about it. And you know what's also really nice that I love the change? When this all started, everyone was so perfect. It was all airbrushed and perfection. And
Yes.
it made me so insecure. Like, oh my goodness, I can't. Like, for example, I have to be honest, I got my hair done for this interview and it came out too dark. It's freaking me out. But I'm like, you know what? Whatever.
I
It's
got
not
my
about.
hair done too, Tamara. We both were like on the same wavelength with that because I got my hair done yesterday.
So funny. And I'm like, okay, it is so. But what's nice about this now is the more real and authentic you are, which means all of the imperfections that are absolutely beautiful and make you perfect, because it makes you relatable. So if you are worried, I'm too old, I'm too young, I'm too this, I'm too that, oh please, there is a tribe for you. There's a tribe
Absolutely.
for you. And
Absolutely.
I also feel that as far as following your dreams, I truly feel that if it's in your heart, it's absolutely going to happen for you. It's just a matter of time. And so never give up, because if you feel it in your heart and you know that it's of a good service and you're being of good value to others, please don't ever get in your own way, because people need you. And that would be kind of my best advice on
Love
that.
it. I love it. And I agree 1,000% with everything you said. Absolutely. I love it. Well, thank
Okay.
you, Tamara, for being a part of this. I am so honored to have you. Really, I am. And I'm super excited about everything that you're doing. Ladies, go follow Tamara. Give your Instagram handle name one more
Yes,
time, just so everybody has
it's
it.
at Wealthy Woman every day. So Wealthy Woman, not women, Wealthy Woman every day. And yeah, it's just, and that the name of that company, why that meant so much to me, the name of that was, I really do believe that you need to do wealthy woman habits every single day to become the wealthy woman. And it can be the smallest things, like making your coffee in a beautiful cup instead of, I don't know, styrofoam or something like that. Little things that up level you really make a difference. It will change you over time. And so that's kind of where that,
I love
have that attitude
it.
of every day, because it will make you wealthy in all parts of your life,
Agreed.
not just in.
Yes.
So yeah.
Step into her before you become her. Absolutely. I love it. I love it.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Oh, well,
Thank you,
Wendy,
Tam.
I am so thankful for you for creating this platform for all of these women to be able to be a part of. And so thank you for everything you've always done and continue to do. And I'm just really honored to be a part of it.
Thank
So
you,
thank
Tamara. I'm honored to have you. It was so nice connecting with you. We're gonna, I'm gonna reach out to you. Let's touch base in Boxer so that we can talk about what we're gonna do and collaborate on. Ladies, go check out Tamara. Thank you, Tamara. I love you, ladies. I love you, Tamara. Thank you so much for joining me. I
thank
know
you.
time is the most precious commodity that we all have, so I don't take it lightly that you spent those last 30 minutes with us. And for those of you who are catching the replay. I love you, ladies. Love you, Tamara.
Oh, thank you. Love you too. Thank you so much for everything, and see you soon. Bye for now.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Doing here, but then I go into all these success questions.